your feeling about whatever you're manifesting actually trumps the whole process. Hi, my name is Leah Chantel, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm talking about why your feelings about what you're manifesting actually control the whole process of manifestation. And you might be like, no, it has to do with hard work, it has to do with discipline and commitment. And yes, those things definitely accelerate your manifestation process, and they're very important. Having said that, if you're doing the discipline, you're working hard, you have the right strategy, and you're committed, but for some reason you just don't feel good about it, you're just not sure that this is the right move or the right strategy, if you have some kind of vibrational discrepancy there, where you don't feel confident about something, you're probably not going to manifest it. You're going to stop halfway through the process and quit, and not come back to it. And that's why your emotions control the whole process, even if you have a lot of other good strategies and hard work and discipline going for you. And on the other side of the spectrum, you might be like, well, you can feel really good about something, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will just manifest on its own. Strangely enough, this has happened before. Sometimes people feel really, really good about things, and then they try something, and then they actually end up winning the lottery. Now, am I recommending that everybody participates in manifestation in this way? No, not necessarily. But it has happened. And the reason why I bring this up is because your emotions about how you're manifesting something are actually more important than your logical steps or your strategy, if you think about it, because there's a chance that you're making a connection with the universe and you'll get in touch with the right resources in order to create something that you're trying to manifest in your life when you feel good about it. But if you don't feel good about something, even if you're working very hard, you're disciplined, you're putting in all that effort, it may not actually manifest because you'll quit halfway through. You'll run out of energy or you won't feel good about it. There are influencers on the internet that I sometimes watch, and they have clients who implement their strategy and it works for them. And then they have other clients, they keep trying to absorb the strategy, but they really can't. Maybe it's because of trauma or something that's holding them back in their past. When we experience negativity and abuse, it can make us really hardened to accept a new strategy or a new viewpoint into our lives, and so it can be that much tougher that even when we come across the right information, that it's not going to sink into our consciousness. We don't have that positive, fertile consciousness to kind of take in the good information and accept it. It's kind of like hardened soil. So you need to have moist soil in order to accept the rains and accept the nutrients and grow something new that you've never grown before. And that's your emotions. That's your fertile consciousness that's creating the new thing that you're trying to manifest in your life. So what do you do when you don't feel good about something, but you do want it? Like, that can really plague people. Let's say, for example, you really want to get money, but all you do is go play the lotto to try to get it, and then you feel really badly about yourself for spending money on playing the lotto. Well, if you're caught in a negative cycle like that, it's kind of hard to break out. And so what you might need to do is lay off the money thing for a while. Stop obsessing about it so much and stop playing the lotto. Just fill your time with something else and think about something else and get your focus off of that activity, because then at least the negative downward spiral will stop, right? So if we don't feel good about something that we do want to manifest, take a break from it, put it aside and focus on something else. Let's say, for example, it's romantic relationships. Let's say you do want to have a partner, but you had a tough breakup and you don't really understand it. You don't know how to interpret it without feeling like you're rejected or you're not good enough or something. It might just take some time to process. So we jump to those negative conclusions when we're basically trying to come up with a quick conclusion to something negative that happened in our lives. But usually it takes a bit more wisdom or a bit more discernment to really go after the truth of what happened there at that negative event. And it can take time to process. Some negative events take years before you fully understand them. And so when you're in those moments where you're kind of percolating and you had a negative event, but you don't really know how to interpret it without blaming yourself or blaming another or being a victim, just put it on the back burner for a while. don't focus on it and do something else that makes you happy for a while and focus on projects that are going well. And then at a later time, you can go back to it when you're feeling good and revisit it and see what wasn't working there and what can you do better in the future. Where can you grow? But sometimes if that pain is too raw and you're feeling too bad, it's not a good idea to go in and just disturb that raw pain. You know, you might accidentally come up with some negative conclusions or negative beliefs about the situation that block you from having that good thing back into your life. And so it's wiser to give it a break. It's wiser to go focus on the beautiful outdoors and go for a run or go exercise or go work on that book that you've been meaning to publish or go visit your friends and family who are meaningful to you. Do those things first that you feel good about and then come back to the project that you're feeling uncertain or not so good about later when you figured out what you need to do about it. And additionally to that, you need to make sure that when you're choosing new projects that they are in alignment with how you feel and who you are as a person. If something appears to be a lucrative opportunity, but it doesn't feel good to you, you don't really resonate with the company or the person that you're trying to work with, then don't take that opportunity just for the money, because what will happen is you'll probably fail at that opportunity if you don't feel good about it. And then eventually that creates a downward spiral where it affects your reputation. Only take on things that you really feel good about, you really feel passionate about, and then do them with discipline. Do a good job on them. And that will build your self-esteem and help you feel better. And sometimes things that are on the back burner can be there for years, and you may not be able to return to them for a very long time, if ever. Maybe you don't really get a really clear explanation for a long time about what happened in that negative event. But it's better to be undecided and have that negative event on the back burner than to come up with a negative conclusion that's wrong and then blocks you from potential future opportunities coming into your life, right? And so what you want to do instead of feeling negative and coming up with negative conclusions about things is to just say, I don't know what this big colonoscopy is in my life yet. I'm sorry for using such a graphic metaphor, but I am just going to put it on the back burner, and I will have the wisdom to sort through this one day, maybe 2 months from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now. But you're not going to let that negative event stop you from living your best life or continuing to manifest or feel good about other areas of their life. What people tend to do when they're failing is they zoom in on that one thing that's not working and they focus on it. They dial it up and then they feel bad about themselves. They feel like I'm not enough, or I'm frustrated, or I'm never going to get this done. And they put way too much focus on the negative event. So you want to actually let it go. That's the important message of this video. When something's not working, let it go and move on to something that is working, and come back when you're ready. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If you have to go to therapy, then go to therapy. Do whatever it takes to get yourself ready, and then come back when you're fully ready and 100% to tackle that difficult area of your life. That could mean changing careers. That could be moving cities. Those actions sound drastic, but if it allows you to grow and be happy again, then it's worth the expense. Sometimes when I'm studying money and learning how to invest, we get these gurus who really promote frugality to the point where it's unhealthy. It's like you have to save every penny. And yes, be frugal, be careful with your money where it's easy to be careful with your money, like spend less on clothing, spend less on your food. Those things are good to employ into your life. But don't be so frugal that you're not willing to move cities or move on from the difficult events in your life, because that's holding you back. Sometimes you need to use your money in order to create transformation in your life, and that brings you into opportunities to earn and create more money. But you have to be willing to take that first scary step on your own in order to step into those opportunities. So yes, of course, be careful and be cautious with your money, but not at the expense of opportunity and feeling better about your future. That is something that is worth spending money on. And if you disagree with me, then feel free to disagree with me, but that's where I'm at on that topic. I hope you're all having an amazing week. And if you want to hear more self-love tips, definitely subscribe to my Facebook group. I'll leave a link of that in my profile so you can check it out. There's more self-love tips there that you can enjoy for free. And I can't wait to talk to you next time. Take care. Bye now.